Morning, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Hope everyone is having a nice Wednesday morning. Joining you to take a look at the forecast this morning. As again, we're continuing to watch some big changes that are going to be heading our way this weekend and then into the week next week. Again, really, we've seen a pretty warm and dry September thus far, but again, looking for cooler and wetter weather to arrive as we head towards the upcoming weekend. And again, official start of astronomical fall is on Sunday. And we will be feeling and seeing more of those fall-like temperatures as we head into the upcoming weekend and into the work week next week. But our weather headlines, again, at least in the short term, continue to be headlined by the warm and breezy weather that we're going to see out there today. Again, as we're expecting another day with temperatures into the 80s and even low to mid-90s across the state. But again, the cooler temperatures are coming, and then we're also, again, keeping an eye on the wet weather, which, again, could impact the Friday night football game. Again, Huskers hosting Illinois, 7 o'clock kickoff in Lincoln at Memorial Stadium. Again, top 25 matchup. 400th consecutive sellout of Memorial Stadium. Again, a lot going on there. And again, some good news there. It does look like the rainfall chances may be trending to holding off until later Friday night. But again, certainly we'll be ramping up as we head into the day on your Saturday. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. First, though, look at your low temperatures this morning. Another warm morning here in the Lincoln Metro. Again, our normal low temperature this time of year is down into the 50s. Again, specifically for Lincoln, our average low temperature for today's date is going to be 53. So normally we should be in the low 50s, and today, again, we woke up and it was upper 60s to right around 70 degrees for those low temperatures. Right now in the capital city, again, we can see some clouds. There are a few spotty showers, maybe lingering showers out there, but most areas are dry this morning. But again, temperatures in the low 70s at the airport. Again, here in Midtown Lincoln, temperatures in the low 70s as well. Southeast wind at around 14 miles an hour. Dew point in the middle 60s. You can see temperatures across the metro generally sitting right around 70 to 71 to 72 degrees. So again, a fairly warm start to our Wednesday across the metro and across much of central and eastern Nebraska, where we have those temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s just a few minutes past 9 o'clock. Again, out west, it is a little bit cooler, low to mid 50s across parts of the Panhandle to start our Wednesday. Dew point temperatures, again, similar to where they were yesterday, and for most areas, that's in the low to mid 60s. Again, we'll call it seasonably muggy out there. Again, certainly don't expect a ton of humidity in mid to late September, but again, this is probably right around where we should be for this time of year. If you look at the dew point trend, again, the blue line is where we've been, the yellow line is where we're going, and we are expecting dew points to basically stay the same, and we're right where they are in the low to mid 60s as we head through the day today. And into the day tomorrow, we will see them drop likely down into the 40s as we head into the day on Friday, but then again jumping back up as we head into the weekend as we see a surge of moisture move into the area with those corresponding rainfall chances. Winds this morning, again, aren't terrible yet, but again, expect another breezy to blustery day across the state with those winds out of the south, southeast at around 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour possible this morning. They're generally out of the south at around 5 to 15 miles an hour, but they will be increasing. Satellite radar picture, again, shows some of that cloud cover out there. We did have a little bit more activity when it came to showers, maybe a few isolated rumbles of thunder early this morning, but again, a lot of that activity has fizzled and faded. There might be a few lingering sprinkles out there, but I think most areas likely going to be staying dry as we head through the remainder of the morning. If we look at the visible satellite imagery, again, you can see that cloud deck mainly impacting, again, the eastern sections of the state. A little bit more sunshine as you head across the western sections of the state. And I want to zoom out and look at a more regional view of the visible satellite imagery because we can see you can see the spin of the low pressure system responsible for some of these showers that we saw early this morning that's currently across parts of northern Wyoming. And so we're kind of on the dry side now, or will be here shortly. Of this system, you can see some of that dry air getting pulled into, again, parts of western Nebraska, the western Dakotas, and then even getting wrapped up and pulled into parts of eastern Montana. So that low pressure system is going to continue to kind of slide off to the east and to the northeast as we head through the day today. And that's really going to set the stage for, I think, again, a generally dry rest of the day today. And again, likely a mainly dry Thursday as well. We're just going to throw in some very low end chances for any moisture on the board. But that's a look at the visible satellite imagery. Back to the the satellite and radar imagery. Again, this is the state view. You zoom out, look at a regional view, and again, you can see those showers with that low across parts of Montana into northern Wyoming. There has been again in the mountain regions there in the northern Rockies some snow with this system. It is cold enough now. It is far enough into late summer, and again now obviously into meteorological fall, to see some snow in the higher elevations. So again, there has been some snow with this system. That's something we'll keep an eye on. You zoom out even further and look at a national view. Again, still has some remnant showers across the eastern seaboard from the tropical system they had move onshore earlier this week. But again, overall fairly quiet this morning across much of the country. If you look at the weather alerts, there's a couple of them we'll point out. Again, one being the high fire danger, red flag warnings across parts of South Dakota into northern Nebraska. We have some high wind alerts across Wyoming into parts of Montana. And we also have here in the southern Rockies frost advisories that are in place. That's going to be Thursday or tonight into Thursday morning. So again, chilly night expected in those locations. They could have temperatures down to around 30 to 31 degrees. Also, again, maybe hard to see it, but out here in California, again in the mountain areas, we do have winter weather advisories that are in place until Thursday evening. That's going to be couple inches of snow, 2 to 5 inches of snow, elevations above 9,000 feet. So again, like I mentioned, it is kind of that time of the year that we are seeing more and more of those begin to pop up. We check out Skycast again as we head through the morning. Again, I think any lingering shower activity that we have out there will continue to fizzle and fade. I think by this afternoon, we should be looking at mostly sunny skies across the state. Again, generally dry. There's an outside chance at a pop-up shower here or there, but again, no widespread meaningful moisture expected as we head through the remainder of our Wednesday. Towards tonight, again, short-range models trying to pick up on a little bit of activity popping up around central into eastern Nebraska. I think most areas, they'll likely stay dry. And as we head into the day on Thursday, again, in the morning, another small chance for a few scattered showers, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder. Most areas, though, again, likely stay dry as we head through the day on your Thursday. We will see winds more out of the west and northwest as we continue to get put on the backside of that low pressure system. And again, that's what's going to push in some of that drier air that we talked about when we were looking at those dew points here over the next couple days. But those westerly winds and northwesterly winds will push in some drier air to the region, so keep an eye on that. Thursday into Friday, again, a lot of folks keeping their eyes on Friday because there's going to be another system, a low that kind of pushes out of the southern plains, and that's what's going to be bringing us our rain chances. Good news is, again, this is Friday morning. You see generally dry. Heading through the day, noontime, some clouds, but generally dry. As we head towards 5 o'clock, our in-house model here, again, has things dry with just a few clouds. You start to see some showers beginning to build down across parts of Kansas by 5 o'clock Friday. As we head past 5 o'clock, again, kickoff is at 7 o'clock Friday. This is looking at the European model. Now, again, similar at 5 o'clock Friday to what our in-house model has, some showers down beginning across parts of southern Kansas by 5. By 7, again, that's kickoff in Lincoln. The European model has dry conditions, and again, that is good news, again, as the rainfall chances are maybe trending a little bit later Friday night. So again, hopefully that means we can get the game in with no issues. So again, kickoff is at 7. As you go forward in time, by 10 o'clock, the European model starts to, again, pop up some of those showers in the Lincoln area into parts of the 10-11 coverage area. But then things really expand as we head then through the overnight hours and into the day on Saturday. And so that's likely when our rain chances are going to be highest, as we head through the day on Saturday and even into the day on Sunday. We're going to be looking at more widespread showers, possibly some isolated thunderstorms mixed in there as well. So again, a good chance to see maybe a more prolonged rainfall event as we head through the weekend into Saturday and into the day on Sunday as well. So again, many areas, most of the state looks like it should be picking up at least some moisture as we head through the weekend. And again, potentially some significant moisture. We could pick up a couple inches of rainfall by the time it's all said and done through the upcoming weekend. So if we look at the Husker game day forecast, again, going to be another warm day. Highs around 90 in the afternoon. We will include, again, just to kind of keep people prepared, make sure they have their rain gear handy, 20% chance for maybe a few isolated showers, isolated thunderstorm as we head through the afternoon into the evening time frame. Again, 7 o'clock is kickoff. We're looking at temperatures in the middle 80s. That means if it's mid-80s actual air temperature, again, on the field, it is going to be much warmer. In the stands, it is going to be much warmer. But again, sun will be setting, again, right around that time I want to punch up just to see here really quick our exact sunset time. Let's see, and that's going to be on the 20th. Our sunset is at 7:26. So again, that is some good news. Usually it's much warmer in the stands, but since sun is going to be pretty low on the horizon by the time kickoff rolls around, it shouldn't be too terrible. But again, it will be warmer in the stands. 76 by 9, and then by the time that game is probably done, we're going to be in the low 70s, and we're going to start to take that chance for some showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm up just a little bit. We'll say 30% by 11 o'clock. So overall, again, as things stand right now, again, it's Wednesday morning, 9:13. I would say there's pretty good chance that we get the game in just fine and we don't really have any issues. Again, that being said, things can all change tomorrow, and it could look completely different where it looks like it's moving in earlier. So again, still too far away to not check back with the forecast over the next day or so. So again, make sure you're doing that if you are planning on heading down just for tailgating and just hanging out outside, or if you are planning on going to the game itself. As far as the severe weather outlook for the day today, again, we are going to keep there was a marginal risk, slight risk across the eastern sections of the state. I think this was for a lot of the activity we're expecting this morning. The potential for some stronger storms mixed in there. There is, again, a small chance. I think we do see some additional development later this afternoon, maybe tonight. And again, one or two of those storms could be on the stronger side. I wouldn't be surprised to see this get trimmed up pretty significantly with the midday update from the Storm Prediction Center, and then certainly with the afternoon update. So again, the chance is not zero, but I think the chance is pretty small. But again, we could see maybe an isolated strong storm or two along that frontal boundary with that low. Again, that's currently across parts of Montana. Again, that stretches from Minnesota down through eastern Nebraska into central Kansas, all the way back down into the Oklahoma and Texas panhandle. So we'll keep an eye on that. That threat shifts to the east as we head into the day on Thursday. There is a marginal risk for extreme southeastern Nebraska, slight risk across parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and into northern Iowa, where they could see, again, some damaging wind gusts, large hail with some storms if they do get going. And then for the day on Friday, no severe threat. It looks like, again, general thunderstorms not out of the question. But again, I think for the most part, we're going to be dry on Friday through most of Friday. It's Friday night, late Friday, that rain chance I think is really going to start to increase. As far as rainfall amounts, I already mentioned it, but again, could see some decent moisture with this weekend system. This is the rainfall potential over the course of the next week. Much of what we see, especially in Nebraska, looks like it's going to be falling this weekend. And again, this isn't set in stone either. Again, make sure you check back, again, if you're curious as to how much rain we could be seeing. But again, it looks like right now most of the state, if I were just to give it a sort of a general number, looking at anywhere from a half an inch to an inch and a half of rain, I think through the weekend, there could be some higher amounts, up to 2 to 2.5, 3 inches of rainfall as we head through the upcoming weekend. Again, it all just kind of depends on where some of the heavier showers do set up with that low that's going to be emerging out of the southern plains. So again, we'll keep an eye on it. But again, after an extremely dry September, and again, a very dry August, this is a very welcome change. Don't like to see it happen all at once, but again, we do really need the moisture. And again, most of this, again, this is a 7-day precipitation potential, but most of what we see is going to be falling likely as we head Friday night and then through the upcoming weekend. As far as temperatures are concerned today, again, another warm day. We're going to see highs back into the mid to upper 80s. A few spots potentially right around 90 degrees by this afternoon. In Lincoln, we'll say 88, 84 in Grand Island, 83 in North Platte, 85 degrees in Scotts Bluff. Low temperatures tonight, another warm night, especially for eastern and southeastern Nebraska, with lows in the upper 60s to low 70s, anywhere from the mid 40s to the mid 50s across the western third of the state. High temperatures on Thursday. It'll be warmest in the southeastern corner of the state, where we're expecting highs again in the lower to maybe even middle 90s. We'll go 92 in Lincoln. A little bit cooler, though, as you head across central and western Nebraska, with highs generally in the lower to middle 80s. Friday morning, again, a little bit cooler, upper 40s to upper 50s to start our Friday. By Friday afternoon, though, we're seeing those temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to right around 90 degrees across much of the state. But from there, again, with the rain moving in as we head into the day on Saturday, we're going to see much cooler, more fall-like conditions through the weekend. 80 on Saturday, even cooler on Sunday. We're going to go low 70s. Certainly wouldn't surprise me if some spots across the state, we'll look at it in a second, didn't even get out of the 50s for the day on Sunday, and then staying in the low to mid 70s Monday and Tuesday of next week. So again, if you've been waiting for the cooler fall-like conditions, again, they are arriving as we head certainly into the second half of the weekend, and then I think through much of the week next week. As you look at the 10-day forecast for select cities across the state, again, you can see warmest conditions are going to be today, Thursday, Friday. Saturday is a little bit warmer, but then it's certainly much cooler on Sunday as we see even more rain and more clouds. Again, we're looking at upper 50s to upper 60s for most of the state for the day on Sunday. Monday, again, it's 60s and low 70s, upper 60s to low to mid 70s Tuesday, generally 70s then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even into Saturday of next week. So again, some much cooler, more seasonal conditions expected for most of the extended forecast. We just got to get through a couple warm days again today, Thursday, and again for the day on Friday. 8 to 14-day temperature outlooks. This takes us through the first day of October. Again, Climate Prediction Center is favoring above average conditions across much of the area, not just here, but across much of the country. And then as far in terms of rainfall, unfortunately, again, we had liked what we've been seeing with the wetter than average conditions being favored, but now drier than average conditions through this 8 to 14-day period are expected across much of the plains and including, again, across much of Nebraska. So a lot to look forward to, a lot to watch out for in the forecast as we head over the next week to 10 days. Again, obviously, one of the big things is going to be that Friday forecast. And again, right now things do look like they should or could break our way with those rainfall chances holding off until late Friday. But again, like I said, obviously make sure you stay tuned to the forecast over the coming days. That forecast will change. Again, from yesterday, it looked like we could see some showers, isolated thunderstorms during the game. Today, it looks like, maybe trending a little bit later with those better chances. Again, we'll have to kind of see how things look tomorrow. But again, starting to at least get a little bit of a clearer picture on some of the timing and potential placement of some of those showers and thunderstorms Friday night into the day on Saturday. So again, keep an eye on that over the next couple days. But then again, obviously the cooler temperatures are arriving this weekend as well. It does look like the weekend might be a little bit of a washout. So again, if you have any outdoor plans Saturday or Sunday, again, you'll also want to keep the rain gear handy during those times as well. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. As always, again, live right now from the 1011 Now streaming studio on 1011's live platforms on 1011now.com, our streaming apps, and live on our YouTube channel as well. So again, make sure you like and subscribe if you're on that YouTube channel. Turn on those notifications. We do a ton of good stuff throughout the day on our YouTube channel. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. Until next time, hope everyone has a nice Wednesday.